what is the rightful place, right? So there's this thing about the rightful place and the true feminine, right? The true feminine of surrender and of total, it's like I'm willing to be immersed in that level of trust and surrender. But because I've been trained as an independent woman, because I've been trained by my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, that, you don't need a man and you don't need anybody to be your knight in shining armor. You're going to be the woman and you're going to look after yourself.
And academia and school.
Yeah, and school.
Your own profession, your own...
And so it's like, okay, so I've all this training, like there's these conflicting things. There's these fairy tales that tell me, knight in shining armor and I'm going to be rescued. And then there's my mom and the other women saying, you better not let any man, right? So... But then now in my marriage, I'm starting to get to this balance point where it's like, okay, I am strong and I am capable, and yet I can let him take the lead. Right? Because it's almost like I want him to shine. And if I'm going to be like, rah, rah, I'm the mom and I'm the wife, and it's like he just fades into the background. And there's so many men in my family and the men I know who have just said, you know what, I'm just going to fade into the background, and then they don't participate. They don't get engaged. They're not there because the women are so busy being everything for everyone that the men have no place. Right. And so there's something I'm learning about my rightful place, and not in a squashed down or in a victim or a martyr or anything. It's more like, what am I naturally good at? I'm naturally good at loving. I'm naturally good at gathering friends. In my marriage, I happen to be the one who's naturally better at cooking. I am, and I enjoy it. So I do that, and
your cooking is extremely good.
And in my parents, it's delicious.
Yeah,
but in my parents,
just for that.
In my parents' marriage, my father was better at cooking, and so he did that. But in his time and in his context, that was kind of frowned upon or judged. That, why isn't your wife cooking dinner, right?
What I'm tripping on something that you said here. And my guess is that other people that are watching this might trip on this also. So I want to readdress it, which is that you say I'm fine with him taking the lead, and perhaps it was my Gloria Steinem himself was just like, what are you talking about? Except for the fact that I also enjoy very often if I'm always the one deciding what are we doing tonight? I don't like that. I like there to be not a teeter-totter effect, a seesaw where it's, sometimes him, sometimes me, but is it a co-leading? What do you mean by that? Let me ask you what you mean by that.
We talked about the tango before.
Yes.
A tango is only beautiful if the lead is strong.
Yes.
Right? It's only when the lead is strong that the second can be beautiful and graceful and follow. And I think that with the movements that have been happening, it was important. It was important that women found their voice. It was important that women found their feet and found their heart and found their place in the family. And now it's like, okay, to be in a real partnership, can we honor the men?